For my Week 3 assignment on multiple means of representation, I have chosen to complete Task 1. Select an app and explore its interface and capabilities. I'm actually going to share two apps with you today. The first one is Explain Everything, and that's the app that you see before you. It is the app that I utilized last week for my Week 2 presentation. It is also one of the apps that we make sure is loaded on all of our teacher and student iPads within the district. Explain Everything is an interactive whiteboard, so think of smart boards or Promethean boards, and it's a screencasting app. There are several different interactive whiteboard apps available, but this is one of the most robust and flexible. While it does cost some money, but it's only $2.99, it is well worth that money. There are so many features in this app, but one of the most important things for me is the flexibility to import content as well as export and SharePoint the content you create. All of our teachers with iPads have this app and they use it a lot, especially our flipped learning teachers. They are creating their instructional presentations and videos to use either in the classroom for instructional lectures or to create the videos that are sent home as part of the flip model. But our students are using this app also. They can create videos to showcase their learning and understanding of a concept, as well as share with other students to help them develop a stronger understanding. We learn best by teaching, and this app helps our students to do just that. I always recommend that students first plan their presentations, either using a storyboard or on paper prior to creating. So let's take a quick look at how Explain Everything works. In Explain Everything, you have the ability to create your own presentations, and that's what I've begun doing here. I created this slide myself. I'm also going to insert another slide. You can see I have some there already, but I'm going to add another one. To insert a slide, I tap the plus sign on the slide sorter tool along the bottom. I'm going to do that now. And you'll see that now I have 7 slides. This is 2 of 7. All of the tools that can be accessed to build your slide are along the vertical toolbar. You can add text. To add text, I tap the A on this toolbar. And when I tap inside the slide, here's my text box that comes up, along with my keyboard where I can type. When I have it the way I like, I tap the checkbox, but I also can still move this around anywhere I would like to have it on the slide. You can add images and video from the Photos app, and to do that I would go to the square with the plus sign, and you'll notice existing photo or video, so anything that I already have on my iPad I can insert. Or I can insert a new photo or video using the iPad camera, where it says new picture, new video. That actually opens up the camera. You take a picture and it will insert it right into your presentation. I can insert documents, presentations, video, photos from the File menu. I can also insert a live web browser or existing sounds to my presentation. So let's take a look at what these look like. To insert a file, and we'll see I've already inserted a file in here. That's some of my other slides, but I bring this up, I can get to Photos, I can get to Dropbox, Evernote, Google Drive. This app has integration with many of these sources: Dropbox, Evernote, Drive, Box, several other cloud storage options. Okay, I'm going to go back here, and this time I'm going to insert an existing photo. So it brings this up again. If I had the photo in my Dropbox, Evernote, Google Drive box, I could do this, but I'm going to get a photo from my Photos app, and I'm going to insert an image of the Explain Everything app icon. When this comes up, I have some options to rotate, crop, do some other things. I could also cancel if I don't want this one. When I say done, it puts it right into my presentation. Okay. Okay. I have several other tools in here that I can also use to help me with annotating. I have a pen tool, and that is the pen at the top of the screen. I also down at the bottom have 3 color choices that Explain Everything has determined would work well with this theme that I'm using, but I can get other choices. If I don't want that blue, I could go up and choose a darker blue. Same thing with the pink. But all I do is choose, I select a color, I select my pen tool, and I can write. I can annotate over anything that is currently on my screen. I also have laser pointers, and the laser pointer is the little tool that looks like a target. When I select that, it turns blue. If I tap and hold, I get some choices for different types of laser pointers that I could use. Choose that arrow. And again, I can come representation. Please repeat the word representation along with me. Representation. Okay? And I have some shape tools that I can utilize. The shape tool is the little rectangle with a circle. When I tap and hold, you can see I can put in a circle, a square, an arrow, kind of defaults to the arrow. And I can bring that in here. So while you can create your own slides, you can also import other types of presentations such as PowerPoint, Keynote, or even PDF documents. So I'm going to go down here and tap the arrow pointing to the right, which will take me to the next slide. This is actually a 5-slide PowerPoint that I imported into Explain Everything. And however many slides you have in your presentation, that's what it will put in here. This came in from Dropbox, but again, you can use Google Drive, Box, Evernote, wherever you have your presentation. With my presentation inserted into Explain Everything, I could now voice record over my presentation. I could also voice record over the slides that I create myself. I can add and edit additional slides and use the built-in tools to enhance my presentation. So when we go through, here's my first slide. Here's my second slide about iPad at a glance. I'm going to go over here and get the pen tool and circle that. I'm going to go to my next slide, and we're going to talk about, this is our iPad student responsibility contract that we're going to review all of these today. I can talk about caring for my iPad. I can talk about digital citizens. But I also, if I want to add something to this presentation, and I could have added it at any point, if I tap that plus sign, it will add another slide, so I can grow my presentation as I go. So since Explain Everything is a screencasting tool, you can record your presentation. When you record, it not only records your voice narration, but any movements on the screen, those pin annotations, the laser pointer, and so on. So continue watching to view a recorded presentation of Explain Everything.
Hello, today we're going to be learning about problem solving. Here's a math problem. Max is making 6 cakes. Each cake needs 1/4 a cup of slivered almonds. How many cups of almonds will Max need for all 6 cakes? Now, to solve this problem, I drew a picture. So, he wants 1/4 and 6 cakes. So I drew 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 6 times. Now, what's this? So let's count. Let's take out the 4 real quick. Just pretend it's not there. And that's 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we bring that one back, and that's 4. So 4/4. Plus, this is 2/4 because 1, 2. And 4/4 plus 2/4, I know that 4/4 is a whole, so it would be 1 whole and 2/4.
Tellagami is also one of my favorite apps. It's engaging to use and provides a variety of ways for students to record and share information. And for those shy students that often don't talk in class or don't want to present in front of everyone, it provides a means for them to share in a non-threatening way. This is the EDU version of Tellagami. It was created last summer especially for schools to use. So the videos in Tellagami are called Gamis. So let's go ahead and start creating one. To begin, you create your character, the presenter of your information. And you can customize your character in a variety of ways. We're going to go ahead and do that. So when I go over, first I can choose my gender. My character can be male or female. I can also change the skin tone, the size of the head, and the eye color. I'm going to change the eyes this time because I actually have blue eyes. I also get the option to change hair color, the top the character's wearing, the bottom, and their shoes. So when we go to hair, we can choose a hair color and a hairstyle. If I had chosen a male, I would get male hairstyles. I can select a top. We'll be a little more formal today. I can change my bottom. We'll have a skirt since we're doing a formal presentation, and we'll put on some dress shoes. Okay. I also have the option to change the emotion, the facial expression of my character. I can leave it at neutral, or my character could be happy, sad, surprised, angry, scared, or even a little bit silly. I like the happy character. The next thing I do is put in backgrounds. So there are several background packs included in Tellagami EDU. For example, in school, here's several pictures that I could put in the background before I start my narration. I also can doodle, create my own background, or from my library of photos that I have. So here it brought up my photos. I'm going to go in here to my camera roll and choose the one I want to use today. Notice it gives me the option to change my background again if I would like to. Okay, we're going to go back now, and now it's time to do our message. To choose a message, or to create a message, I have a couple of options. One, I can voice record using my own voice, but if I'm not comfortable doing that, or I'm not a student who's verbal, I can type in text. Please note that you are limited to a 90-second Gami, so you can't type a whole thesis in here. But when I go into text, I can type, and it gives me a place to enter my text, and when I'm done with that, it would actually put my text in, and you would hear that being read by one of the character voices that is included in here rather than your own voice. If I want to record myself, I go to voice, and I get the option to record my own voice. And I would just tap the record button. When I'm done, I have some options to share. One, I can email my Gami. I can share it on Facebook, Twitter, or through text. That, of course, is dependent upon your school or district and what students are allowed to do. I also can save my Gami right to my camera roll and then share from there. I also have the option to view before I share to make sure it's what I want. So that's an introduction to Tellagami. Stay tuned to listen to a short Tellagami explanation. Thanks. One of the principles in the UDL framework is multiple means of representation. It is about presenting concepts in different formats, including video, audio, diagrams, charts, mind maps, and so on. It could be creating video presentations that include text, audio, and graphics, or using symbols, interactive models, or manipulatives to guide exploration and develop conceptual understandings.